Right, here we have the DMX SNAG POD. Machined up in 316 stainless steel. You can see the DMX, the dual machine crossbars there. This is a proper bit of kit, this. My bite alarms there, upgrades from the Super XLs. Been doing them for about 3 years now, but I've slowed down on them this last year because I'm into machining the stainless. 2 BA indicator holes, and all the sticks on the pod, they've got a unique brass insert true lock mechanism, so you can unscrew the grub screw, slacken it off, get your alignment right, tighten it back up again. Perfect solid alignment. All this video in him I'm doing here, I'm literally holding the camera and demonstrating this DMX SNAG POD at the same time, so it is a bit tricky. It's my first video on the products as well. I normally do photos. I thought I'll do a video. That's the brass insert going into the sticks. I actually like the contrast with the brass and the stainless steel as well. So I was going to do a posi lock effect, but I'm happy with this true lock system, brass insert system that I've gone for. That's a 2 BA hole. The rear rests as well have the true lock brass insert system. There you go. They're my custom rear rests as well that come with the DMX SNAG POD. Really tasty those are. They can actually, if you're fishing with full and dual on handles or cork handles, the stainless balls on the top of the fingers there, you can actually have your rods nipped in there as well. They hold them on those stainless balls there. Dio SS 3000 reels on the setup, perfect for the DMX SNAG POD. I designed it round the SS 3000 reel. They're original ones I'm using here for this demonstration, bench demonstration I've set up here. Dio tournament ST 5000 reels, perfect, and the Dio tournament 6000 ST reels sit on it nicely. I actually put on this SNAG POD Dio SS 9000s, the old school original reels, and they sat on it really nicely. Dual machine crossbars extending there, really easy to extend the SNAG POD. DMX central crossbars there. They're 21-inch when closed, but they all extend out to almost double this size, so there's plenty of room there to extend if you want to. I normally have them extend out about 5 inches. DMX pod bag, high quality bag this, fully waterproof and padded. I'm holding the camera here at the same time, as well as trying to do a demonstration to show you all the bits and pieces. So it is a bit tricky. A little mesh pocket there inside the bag. There's a deep pocket there to hold the horizontal bars. If you want to, but you can just there's a divider, padded divider, so you can just drop the setup straight in the bag. You don't even need to put them in the pockets. Little clear pocket bag there as well, for the stage stands to go in, as you can see. Some individual mesh pockets there. They'll actually take snag ears. And the that central divider actually does velcro out. It's perfect for like a rod mat, splash mat. Sew a couple of stainless circular rings on each of the 4 corners, you know, if you want to peg it down rather than piercing the material, and you've got yourself a splash mat. So that's a bonus. Right, I've taken away the central bar here, the 2 central bars, stuck it on a pallet just to imitate wooden platforms. The anchor pod feet, just using on the central stick, and 2 screws, wood screws straight through into screwing the anchor pod feet down onto the platform. That's holding that front setup, that front bar as a goalpost setup, and it's the same with the rear. The left and the right sticks are slightly, about a couple of millimeters, not touching the platform, because everything's being held in support by that central by the central anchor pod and central stick there, and that locks solid onto the stick as well, so there's no wobble or nothing. It's a proper tasty setup this. You can actually leave the central bars still attached if you want, and just use the anchor pod feet on the front left and right sticks, or still on the front middle and on the rear middle. It's up to you, but I just wanted to show you how it looks without the central bars on there. Literally all I didn't adjust any of the sticks. All I did was unscrew the 2 central bars and drop the anchor pod feet underneath on the points, and that was it. That's all I did. So the sticks, the position of the sticks have stayed in place. It's a really nice setup. I'm very happy with this DMX Snag Pod. Stainless fingers there with the stainless balls on top. My rear rod rests. The hanger chains I'm using, they're about 4.5 inch length, I believe. 4.5, 5 inch length. 316 grade stainless steel, the absolute very best stainless steel it can get. Just showing you here, that anchor pod feet is screwed down. It's a stage stand in its own right, but you know, they are anchor pod feet especially designed for the DMX Snag Pod, but they do a very nice job as stage stands as well. So your pod can get locked down solid whatever terrain you're fishing on. There's a nice unique system on those anchor pod feet that I haven't spoke about yet, and I will towards the end of this video clip. As I say, this is my first video clip, so I do apologise if it's a bit rough around the edges and stuff, but you know, I'll say it as it is. I don't want it too glossy and everything like that. I'll just, you know, show you the pod, show you how it looks. As you can see, it, you know, Daiwa SS3000 reels on the setup are looking really nice. I am looking to design a new bite line this year as well. That's developments. Been sitting on drawings for about 3 years now as well. You know, I've got to go forward with that project. Wood screws into the stage stand, anchor pod feet. Actually a central hole as well on those anchor pod feet, so you can just drop one screw if you want through the centre, but I find it easier to have them on the outside there. Right, I'm onto the grass here now. The rear sticks just resting on the grass. I've got 2 bivvy pegs there, and I'll show you why now. So you've got your DMX SNAG pod sitting on some muddy bank, sitting on the grass, and what you can do, anchor pod feet on the front sticks, on the front left and right. Again, you could use it on the middle stick, you know, front and rear, or on the rear left and right. It's up to you where you put them. But the reasons why is you don't need to use the anchor pod feet, but in some situations on the grass you're able to put in a bivvy peg into the rear hole of those anchor pod feet. Now what that could be useful for, tight lining into snags, gale force side winds to the side of you, a bit of extra stability, and also another one, extra security as well if you're fishing with this DMX SNAG pod. That this system's not going anywhere. You've literally nailed it down into the bank. I've pushed them in. I've pushed them in through the grass, those bivvy pegs. And then what I'm doing here now, the screwdriver is just tightening up the anchor pod feet onto the sticks.